Welcome to Jedi and the Mailman, show where two old friends aim to deliver the best Star Wars talk in the galaxy. I'm Mike the Mailman. That's Jimmy the Jedi. Jimmy, do you think we ever deliver on our aim?
Ah, I don't know. That depends on who you talk to, I guess.
Hmm.
But
Well, as long
definitely,
as we're slightly above average, I'm okay with that.
yeah, that
That's
should be
where I
all right.
like to live, slightly above average. Kind of like our Steelers.
Yeah, man. Um, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, they are set up, man.
Yeah, but we had the lead. We had a 5-game lead
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I think Aaron Rodgers is better than
Yeah.
is
But I
better.
was thinking about it today. Like the Ravens look like trash right now. But if you remember last year, they looked like trash as well. And then they straightened their defense out, and the Steelers forgot how to play football, and
Yeah,
everything went upside down. So, yeah, I try not to get too excited, but, as a fan,
it's
they're
hard not
sitting at the
to.
top. Yeah, they're sitting atop the North. Everything looks lined up for them, but, you know, we've been around a while. We
Yeah,
know what can happen.
I'm not going to get too wound up about it. So, um, man,
But what have we come here tonight to do?
talk about Star Wars.
That's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I got before we dive into the main topic, though, I wanted to talk about. I'm doing some stuff on the technical side of things here, real quick, because nothing worked.
Yeah,
Uh,
we are a little late here from technical difficulties. And
so,
as you
uh,
can see, Jimmy's still having technical difficulties.
yeah, I don't know what is happening. Um, they update stuff, and then I don't think they check to see if it actually works or not. So,
Oh, that's
uh,
always good.
yeah, then they want you to upgrade. I'm like, I'm not going to upgrade when your stuff doesn't work. So, I wanted to talk about this before we dive into the top 50s. Like, if you guys listen to the podcast this week, or a lot of people have been talking about that list that Empire released, and we will talk about it as well.
Oh,
We
yes.
talked about it at length on Sunday. That came out today, but I wanted to do some positive stuff first. But at New York Comic Con,
Hmm.
um, Bryce Dallas Howard, who we obviously Mike and I are big fans of,
Hmm.
not in a weird way. We think she's a great director and producer
Right.
stuff. I mean, she's not ugly. I mean, you know what I mean?
No,
Like, I didn't mean to say it
I
that.
mean,
How do I want to say this without being offensive? But I feel like I was just offensive.
I think
I'm
I
having a
think you've
bad day.
drawn I think you've just drawn way too much attention to it. You should have just left it up.
Yeah,
At
she
we're
just
big
left it
fans of
alone.
hers.
We're
It
big
wasn't.
fans of
It's not.
hers. Has
Yes, it's
nothing to
not
do.
weird that we're big
It's not
fans of
weird.
her in any way.
Yes, it's not weird because I've been having a bad day.
Yeah.
Going back to work, and I'm not used
Yeah.
to it. My brain
Well,
has to
today was the
turn
day
off.
after a holiday for me, and it's awful. Always awful
Oh.
the day after a holiday.
Anyways, Bryce Dallas Howard, who we're big fans of,
Yes.
said at New York City Comic Con, the runtime of the episodes, talking about Ahsoka season 2, the runtime of
Mhm.
episodes will be between 45 and 60 minutes long.
Ooh, that's
Which
nice.
that's huge because they were
Yeah.
like way shorter than that, if I recall
Hmm.
correctly. If I had any control over my technical side of things, I'd go look. But right now, that's just, and that's about as good as me talking
Yeah.
a few minutes ago. So,
I think it's better that we don't look anything up. We just state confidently that we're correct. Someone
yes,
will,
yes,
someone will correct us if we're
I'd
not.
say something political right now, but I'm not gonna. To improve
I
color
don't
and
know where you could
design,
possibly be going with that
I
one.
don't know. I'm not going to do it. To improve color and design, a cinematographer and cinematography, a cinematographer from Rogue One has been brought on board. She didn't say who that
Hmm.
was. Krieg Fraser was the one who did Rogue One. People don't know if that's the case. Post production has started and will last 1 year. Possible release date is November 2026. We kind of talked
That's
about
what I
that.
figured.
And it's unclear if there'll be a season 3 the
Hmm.
way it ended. So,
Yeah.
I mean, she could just be saying that so she's not giving anything away.
Yeah.
But, so, but
Nothing
yeah, so
new, really.
I thought that was kind of exciting news, especially the 45 to 60-minute range.
Yeah. That.
Even
Yeah.
if we're
That's
getting
new. That's nice to hear.
actual 45-minute episodes of
Mhm.
Ahsoka, you get, is it 6 or 8 episodes? Probably 8, right? Yeah, 8. I mean, so you're looking at, yeah, I mean, you're looking at some serious time.
Yep. So you bailed on
to-
doing the math. You're just gonna
yeah,
say,
Bale. I'm telling you, man, going back to work after being okay. So I switched jobs. I switched jobs. Um, so I got out of one that wasn't a good fit, and I went to another place that's a better fit. And I'm very happy to be there. But I am just scrambled right now because
yeah.
I haven't had to do teachery stuff in a while. My
Well, as you've been
brain,
gabbing, I did the math in my head. It's at least 6 hours worth of Ahsoka.
yeah, that's I knew it was a big number. 6 hours. That's 3 movies. That's 3
three
movies.
movies. Yeah.
3
Yeah,
movies.
because like you said, it's 45 minutes to what it's an hour or
Yeah,
whatever.
so if you average
yeah,
45, which I mean
yeah,
that's not the
that's
average of
6.
45
Yeah,
to 60. I get
right.
that. And this is not a math show, people. My wife would be very proud of that fact. I knew that was the average. I'm just saying if we go on the low end and say
Mhm.
they're all 45 minutes of content,
Then we got 6 hours.
we got 6 hours thanks to
Mhm.
Mike's math and my rumbling and bumbling. So
You're
I thought that was
amazing.
good news, though. I'm pretty excited for that. So in a year's
Yeah.
time, we're back here. We're probably doing Ahsoka headquarters.
Yep.
And that, I think, was that you and me? No, that was,
Nope.
I think it was Taylor and I, actually,
Yes.
most of the time. Taylor and I did Ahsoka HQ. That's what we called it, Ahsoka HQ.
Mhm.
So that'll be cool. Maybe we can get her to come back on for it, a little reunion or something. That'd be
Yeah.
fun. So, but anyways, it's good news. I feel like that's good news coming out of New York City Comic Con
Yeah.
from Bryce Dallas Howard, who we're big fans of.
Yes.
And that's
Very
all I'm going
good,
to say
Jimmy.
about that.
Very good.
I learned. So, Mike, tell everybody why we are here. I'm going to bring that list up real quick.
Well, like you said, podcast today. If you haven't yet listened to it, what's wrong with you? Get on it.
That's what I'm saying.
So you guys talked about the list that the Empire magazine put out, top 50 Star Wars characters, ranking the top 50. They say that they put time and effort into curating this list. I'm not sure that they did. I think they just throw some things at the wall and see what sticks. But
some people in our ETF family think it was AI generated.
Yeah. I think I'm almost 100% positive they probably got an AI generated list and maybe finessed it a bit, maybe. But I don't know. Just listening to the podcast myself, there was many that threw me for a loop. Like, how could that be? So after I listened to the episode, I texted Jimmy and I said, "Hey, why don't we use AI, come up with a list of screen time. Let's sort it by screen time. Who has the most screen time, and kind of compare that list to the top 50, just to get a different perspective. And then chatting back and forth, we want to talk about what would make a good list. What do you need to consider to make a good list, and maybe how you and I feel about who should be where and what."
We have some Discord conversation going on too.
Excellent.
Some people jumped in and gave us their list of top 5s, and then some people said that I'm just looking through here. So, I mean, we've got, just for a fact, where we said some people were like, yeah, absolutely disagree with the number 5. We got some, because can we spoil the list? I mean, I guess we're gonna spoil the list.
Yeah.
I mean,
if they listen to the podcast, they've already heard the list anyway. So
Han Solo was the number 1 Star Wars character, and I don't think so. I mean, I love Han Solo.
Yeah.
I mean, Solo is my favorite film.
Mm-hmm.
But the number 1 Star Wars character of all time. So like Mike said, it kind of got me to thinking too. Is like, well, what? I think I might even said on the podcast was like, what did they use? Like, what was their criteria for this?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we rank things just how we feel, and that's fine. If you got a bunch of people that all love Han Solo, then that makes sense at Empire Magazine.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time believing that the people that are working at Empire Magazine are all the age where Han Solo. They'd all be a bunch of 50-year-old men and women running around,
Hmm.
and you're telling me there's not a bunch of young blood over there with someone
Right.
older running things like, so that didn't make a lot of sense to me. But we'll go through that real quick. I just wanted to read off a couple people's lists.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. People listed them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just their top 5, maybe no order. But Matt said Captain Rex, Wrecker, Hunter, Jango Fett, and Anakin. Well, that's a good one.
Wow, that's an
That's kind of
interesting
like a
list.
theme, like a tough guy kind of list right there
Yeah.
on Matt from Matt. That's a good one. Clan Brando said Obi-Wan, Boba Fett, Anakin / Darth Vader. So there's another problem with the Empire is when
Yeah.
they put those two
Split
characters
those
up.
two up.
Quinlan Voss and Luke Skywalker.
Hmm.
Sid the Kid said Cassian Andor, Anakin, Darth Vader together. Darth Maul, Leia Organa, and Jar Jar Binks.
Sid the Kid. Is this actually Sidney Crosby from the Pittsburgh Penguins?
It is not Sidney Crosby. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, it is. He is a big time member of our Discord. If you ask
Fantastic. I
him,
can
though,
get on Discord.
if he pretends that he is a British woman
Uh-huh.
that's friends of the show, it's a front. It's
Okay.
actually Sidney
All right.
Crosby.
All right. I'm going to have to spend more time on Discord.
You're going to have to spend more time on Discord and talk to Sid the Kid. Komel, who said personal preference maybe. She's also kind of upset with the AI thing. If it's true, we don't know that it's true. It just said something about put it in C-3PO's processor, and we kind of thought Charlie kind of thought that like maybe that meant they just used AI or something. I'm not throwing her under the bus. I'm saying she's the one who pointed that out to us. We're like, Jack and I are, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Komal said Hera, Clea, Asajj, Callus, and Mon Mothma. That's a pretty strong list. Like, not a list I would have picked.
You could definitely.
But I'm like, half these people that she just listed are on the. I mean, Clea's not on there, and Callus isn't on there, and Asajj is 50th. Come on now.
You could definitely tell by these lists, like what they're fans of, what part of Star Wars is really their Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, because and she actually gave a pretty good explanation. She said, I got this by making a list of all the characters I could think of that I liked, and then compared them one-on-one until I got 5 characters with the highest number of wins. Most of it is based on what the character does in the shows and movies and the arc they go through. And I'm like, I want to do that on the show. I want to we'll bring up a character and you gotta be like, all right, this person versus this. We'd have to kind of rank them
versus.
You'd almost have to do like a March Madness kind of thing, and then when you got to the finale, because you wouldn't want to put like, I guess technically you could do like a round robin where everyone had to face everybody and wins and losses and stuff, but that would take us forever.
Yes,
but I thought that was
a lot of time
good
to kill sometimes.
Yeah. She gave honorable mentions to Crosshair, Cassian, Captain Rex, and Ahsoka. And she said, by the way, is Jimmy on the server? The answer is yes, Jimmy is on the server. And then she agreed with my Vice Admiral Holdo comments.
Yeah.
And she is not a fan of the actor. I have no problems with her in most things. I just thought it was a weird character. Orion said Rex, Ahsoka, Kanan, Fives, and Ezra. I wonder how old Orion is, because that's like all like Rebels and like so. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Everyone gave us that list, and if you haven't given us your list, hop on the Discord, just throw in your top 5, top 10. Hell, if you want to do your top 50, we will read it.
Go right ahead.
I'll be curious. You have more free time than I do.
Yeah, this is the thing, though, right? Like everybody's list is a little bit different, and I think what you want out of this top 50 list, if you're going to publish something like that, is sort of take into consideration some criteria of how you're going to compile the list. Not just, okay, these are my favorites. That's a great way to make your own personal list. Like the process you explained, that is the perfect way. If you're going to you're going to be honest with yourself about who your favorites are. That's the way to do it. Because like you said in the podcast, and I would agree, I could come up with the top 5 right now. 10 minutes later, it's going to be a different top 5. So that's a really good way to come up with your own. But if you're going to come up with a list that you're going to publish in a magazine and say, this is the top 50 characters, you really got to have some criteria to really get to the heart of like who is the best, like who is the
Yeah.
most important.
Now maybe they had that and just didn't tell us. But yeah, I think you're right. Like just willy-nillying this list. They said in the article, and Empire is a massive, I think it's like the only magazine that I know of, like, I mean, they always get everything first. I mean, they
Mhm.
do all the exclusives, Andor and Mando and Ahsoka. I mean, they have their finger on the pulse, and they're always,
Mhm.
So I mean, it's not like it's some like magazine that no one's ever heard of. This is
Yeah.
pretty big time,
Yeah.
online. And they said that now the Empire's team's most passionate nerf herders, moof milkers, and all-round rebel scum have gathered to rank the 50 greatest characters in Star Wars, voting for faces across every canonical era of the saga from the OT to the sequel trilogy and beyond, including movies, streaming series, animated shows, nothing outside of TV or film. So no Cal Kestis, no Markion Rowe, no Dr.
Mhm.
Aphra. I mean, you start throwing the High Republic into this, and this is
Oh
chaos.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, those votes were then totted up, and final orders were fiercely debated before being put through C3PO's hardware. And you can read the full ranking list below. May the force be with you. So, I mean, they voted on it and stuff. I wonder who argued. I can't imagine people like, I mean, they sat around and had a long argument about Star Wars, but I could be wrong. I mean, people get
I,
into it. Even
yeah.
people who don't say they're fans get into it. So
Mhm.
I can see people arguing this.
I could see the whole office wanting to get in on this, and everybody sitting around
Be like a
a
fun,
conference table and hashing this out, and you might come up with a crazy list like that. But I don't know. To me, like I said, I think there needs to be some criteria, not just. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own feelings. You can feel however you want. You can have your own, whatever top 5 or top 10, top 50 that you want. But once again, like come back to you got to have some criteria to come up with a list. If you're going to call it the top 50 by any publication of the best, I think you got to have some criteria.
yes, I would agree.
Yeah. And
So,
that's where, to me, that the first thing I wanted to see was screen time. You know what I mean? And you pulled up, you found something online that had all the, um, all the Star Wars characters ranked by screen time. And I
yeah.
thought that was a pretty interesting list to take a look at. I mean, that was one of the first criteria that I wanted to use, to come up with a list. But as I was looking through this list, you find out that anybody that's in any kind of series, especially a kids series,
Yeah.
has a heck of a
Yeah.
lot of screen time, and maybe doesn't have a whole lot to do with, the Star Wars story as a whole.
Yeah, give me 1 second here. You zoom in. All right, so I zoomed that in. I probably won't be able to figure that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so here's your top. This says sorted by screen time. So,
Yep.
um, the most is Anakin Skywalker with 11 hours and 34 minutes.
And that I think that's Anakin and Darth Vader together because I don't think I saw Darth Vader later on in
Let's
this.
try this. Let's sort alphabetically, and I'll tell you. Wait, how is Masa? Oh, Amida. Okay. Whoopsie. But I mean, what letter are they going? Like, okay, so they're going by last name.
Yeah.
So would it be Vader
Could
then?
be it could be in the V's.
There's a lot of characters on here.
Yes, yes, there is. A lot too that I don't think anybody's ever heard of unless you watch everything.
Yeah, he's not. Well, yeah, no Vader.
Yeah, so they're combining Vader and Anakin, which is what I would do.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like a lot of people, like even in our on our Discord, including
Mhm.
famous hockey players, um, maybe the greatest of all time, said
Maybe.
that they would have combined Anakin and Darth Vader. But yeah, so
Yeah.
11 hours and 34 minutes. So you're looking at all the Clone Wars stuff
Hmm.
and all the screen time from the original trilogy and all the
Hmm.
movies and
Yep.
um,
6 movies, all of that. In the different series. He was in Ahsoka. Was in Was in
Kenobi.
Rebels, was in Kenobi. Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah, all over the place. He's definitely going to have a lot of. Obviously, he leads the way.
yeah. And I always thought Ahsoka Tano, and that was just off the top of my head, probably had the most screen time of anybody. If you
Yeah,
split Anakin's time and Vader's time, Ahsoka would be number one.
yeah.
And that kind of falls into my theory about what I think they're doing with Rey. But yeah, I thought this was clever. I mean,
I'll
Ezra
tell you,
Bridger.
I wasn't expecting to see Ahsoka with that much screen time, even though she has a series. Ahsoka. I mean, I wasn't. She's not in after the Clone Wars. She's not in any of the movies. You know what I mean? Like she's not in any
But
of the core 9.
but I feel like the Clone Wars is more her story than anybody else's. Like she's almost like the
Yeah,
main character of that whole
yeah,
series in a way. I mean, obviously I know she leaves and then, but then she obviously comes back season 7.
mhm,
I mean, season 7 is a ton. I mean, she's
yeah.
got 6 episodes that are so completely about her for the most
Right.
part. I mean, things
Yeah.
happening around her, but if not more. So, but
And Ezra at the top of the list too at number 3. Once again, I mean, there's all of Rebels and whatnot, but that's a lot of screen time for Ezra.
Din Djarin up
Considering,
there, yeah.
yeah,
Ezra's up there. I mean, you got Kenobi. So you've got
Kenobi.
two.
Kenobi would have made sense for me to be a little bit higher because, well, he was in 4 movies plus Clone Wars and whatnot. You'd think that that would be, the number would be a little bit higher, but yeah,
Yeah,
some of
yeah,
this is really surprising. But I guess when you think about it,
yeah. I mean,
like,
and we're taking this website for their word.
yeah,
The Star Wars screen time at WordPress.com. So we're taking them at their word. I'm not
yeah,
sure why someone would do this just for the fun of it.
right.
I mean, they did probably just do it for the fun of it. But if you're going to do it for the fun of it, why not do it
Better put it
right?
online.
Someone probably got paid to do this, which is pretty cool. I want that job instead of mine. But yeah, so I mean, as soon as you get past the top 4, which I mean, I would say that almost all Star Wars fans know this. Ezra Bridger might be one that people don't know who that is
Yeah,
if they're of a certain age. Like, but you slide down one level, and
you got Kai Brightstar on there
you got Kai Brightstar and Kaz
and Kaz.
Ziono, who is
Yeah,
kind of. I mean, that's the one thing that I haven't watched, and I keep trying to make myself do it,
yeah,
and I can't unless my nephews are over here and I watch it with them, and then I'll stop and then I'll forget about it, and I had to start it
yeah,
over because I forgot what the heck happened because I'm old. But yeah, so
yeah. So
kind of
right there, I
crazy.
mean, we're on what that 7 and 8, 2 characters I've never really even heard of. So, but I mean, I really thought that this is an interesting way to get started as far as criteria is concerned. I mean, obviously, you
Does
had
it throw
mentioned
a
like
wrench into your system though? Like thinking screen
no,
time because now I mean, half of this list is animation, and then
yeah,
I know they
no,
have Ezra and Ahsoka here in live action, but
yeah,
98% of that's. I mean,
mhm,
all 4 of these guys up here is majority is going to be
animation.
animation.
Yep, yep.
So if you
No,
don't
I
watch
mean,
Star Wars animation, you should
yeah, you would.
start.
Hmm. No, I mean, I sort of thought that looking at this list, it was going to kind of clear things up and give you a more general idea of who was, but it really doesn't. So it was interesting and it makes you realize that, yeah, you got to have some you have to have some other criteria besides just screen time. But I think having the screen time here really helps.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, who's not a big fan of Nubs?
I've seen Nubs everywhere. I didn't know that that's what he was called.
Yeah, because he's in the Lego. He's a dark. He's a
Oh yeah,
Sith
yeah, yeah.
in
Yeah, I mean,
Lego stuff.
he obviously stands out in the, but I had no idea who he was or where he came from. Now I know.
Yeah,
He's from that little kid show.
yeah. Jedi Jedi Adventures, I think it's called.
I think so, yeah.
Click on Nubs.
Okay, so screen time's not going to
Oh wow, they got Young
oh, they
Jedi
break it down
Adventures
there
art.
further. Neat.
Oh, that's fun. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
Let's go back. I want to see something.
Click on Anakin. Should be a pretty long list.
God, these are stupid ads. Tales of the Jedi. What?
Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the
Oh,
Empire.
here we
There we
go.
go.
Here we
Yeah.
go. I was like, wait,
Keep
what's
going. Yep.
happening?
You
The
got to get
Tales
past
of
the
Series
first ad.
episodes, 27 minutes, 47 minutes in Attack of the Clones, 7 hours and 50 minutes.
In Clone Wars.
Jeesh. Revenge of the Sith, an hour. Man, the Bad Batch.
A minute.
0.01.
Or a second.
Yeah,
It's
Jedi
a
Fallen
second.
Order. Oh, I forgot about Jedi Fallen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Forgot about that.
He was a
Obi-Wan
tough
Kenobi,
battle.
Jedi Survivor, Rebels. He's got 11 minutes in Rebels.
Well, yeah,
Rogue One.
that makes sense.
3 minutes in Rogue One, and it might be the best 3 minutes.
Very impactful 3 minutes,
Yeah,
yes.
very impactful 3 minutes.
Especially for some rebel scum.
Yeah. New Hope. He's only in for just under 10 minutes.
Crazy.
Empire.
Wow.
Outlaws. Return of the
Dude.
Jedi.
That is crazy seeing the time.
He has
the
more
actual
time in
times.
Ahsoka
Yeah.
than he does in A New Hope.
Wow. That's crazy. Because, wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So,
like you and I grew up on, obviously on the original trilogy.
We grew up on
Vader looms large in all those movies. And he has less than 15 minutes.
22.
Just over 15 minutes in Return of the Jedi. It's nuts,
So
dude.
we're looking at like just over 30 minutes of screen time in the original trilogy. Which, I mean, I guess 30 minutes overall is a lot. And that impactful.
I suppose.
But yeah,
when you see it in your face like that, that's crazy.
So
wow.
That is kind of bonkers. I'm curious. Hang on, let's see what Ahsoka real quick. I mean, I know what she's been in. I just want to see the breakdown.
Yeah. 20 minutes in Tales. Yeah. She has a whole.
Oh yeah, she has a whole series
just about her.
I mean, almost 8 hours in Clone Wars. You got 34 minutes in Rebels.
Is that more time than Anakin had in Rebels? In Clone Wars?
No, I think he was like 850 something.
Okay.
Mando, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka. So yeah, that's
crazy.
Pretty good chunk of time. You spent 8 hours with her if you're,
Yeah.
And season 7, look at season 7 though. So you get season 5 at 1:30, and then season 7 an hour and 34 minutes.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's only like what, 12 episodes. I mean, 12 20-minute episodes. So she hogged up a bunch of that. But yeah, anyways, interesting list.
Yeah, yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
This certainly helps guide me towards a more perfect list, I would think. But what else do you think should be considered if we're trying to narrow this down to the perfect 50?
The perfect 50. Oh, Tahu's here.
Hey. That's all right. We were running late too, bro.
Yeah, some technical difficulties on my end. So
it's certainly not on my end because I have no technical ability at all.
Yeah. So what do we need if you're on there on Instagram and if you're over on here on YouTube? What would be your most important, I don't know, top 3 or 4 things when you're making this list? Like, what's your criteria? Use a big boy word, not thing. Criteria for a list like this. Because I think you and I, didn't we rank the movies? We just said,
oh yeah,
how we felt. Like it was
just on feeling,
based on feeling. But so runtime, we've got one. Runtime is important, although it can't be super important. I mean, I thought maybe it would be higher on my list, but then after I've seen all this animated stuff, it kind of wants to make me take that off the list. But
well, I still think it's important. It's just
important.
It can't be this whole. Yeah, I think to me the next thing to look at, and I think you said this when you were complaining about Holdo, is you're not trying to be rude in any way about the character.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work for me, but
but if you take her away, how does it affect the whole story? Like, does the whole story still get told without that character? Like, is that character a character you could plug and play? Like, could that character easily be replaced for another by
should
another
that character have been Admiral Akbar? Is what you're saying? I hear.
I think that's what you were saying during the episode this morning. But that's I mean, that's what I'm trying to get at is if you can remove that character and the story still is told, whatever story it is, whatever your core story, whatever the story is that you're focused on, is that person that important? Does that person belong in the top 50 if they're replaceable? You know what I mean? I think that's another thing too to consider is what is the story being told? Like what so there's different stories throughout Star Wars obviously, but what is Star Wars? What is the main story of Star Wars? You know, it's not to me it's not necessarily the Skywalker story.
Yeah.
Although, you know, we have 9 movies focused on the Skywalker saga, but to me it's kind of I mean, if you use like those 9 movies as a core, the main thing is fighting against imperialism, fighting against the empire, fighting for freedom, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think if every iteration of Star Wars, every show and whatnot, I think that's kind of what the big overarching thing is too, is like fighting fighting for freedom or whatever. So as you're thinking about those stories, you think about the characters that are in Star Wars. If those characters don't drive that story forward, that main story, like you can't have the story without Cassian Andor, you know.
Yeah.
Like he has to be in there. Like you can't tell the story without him. But there's other people that they may tell a very compelling story, but it doesn't push the whole story forward in any way. Like if you didn't focus on that part of the story, it wouldn't change the big picture. So this is some of the criteria that I would put out there. You know what I mean?
No, I think you're onto it. I mean, trying to find her. I should have put this in alphabetical order, but
Who are you looking for now?
I want to find Holdo.
Hmm.
It's got to be down here,
It's got to be in minutes.
way down here. So, um,
Yeah, I don't even think you'd be double digits, honestly.
well, he does. Well, yeah, maybe not. Maybe like
Well, when you consider Darth Vader didn't have more than 15 minutes in any of the first 3
that's
movies,
valid. That is
it may
valid.
seem like they're in there longer than they are, but I'm betting it's single digits.
Just don't want to miss her.
Yeah.
Okay, not on this list apparently.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can.
So what was the lowest? There's obviously more characters then. If yeah, there's definitely people that have less than 10 minutes. I guess 10 minutes is their cutoff,
I mean,
maybe for
Ulaf and
this.
Hina, 10 minutes. Yeah, so it looks like 10
Mhm.
minutes was the cutoff. So I would venture that. Oh, thank goodness Bendu made it in there just over 10 minutes.
Well, I guess that's another interesting criteria to debate too. If you have less than 10 minutes of screen time, do you belong on this list at all?
Well, now I need a list of people who have been on screen for less than 10 minutes. I would say
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, because I know just looking right here, there's people like none of these people are making my top 50. You know what I mean? But
What?
I
Davos
would
Holden's
imagine.
not in your top 50?
Nope, sorry.
Chig,
But
Wedge Antilles?
I'll bet you there might. That's surprising. Wedge has 12 minutes. Wedge has more screen time overall than Vader had in A New Hope.
Yeah. Wedge is a ladies' man, too.
Yeah, that's what
I can
I've
tell you
heard.
some stories, man. So could our friend Tiara.
Hmm.
So
But yeah, I would like to
give her a
see.
hug. Give her a big hug, folks. Don't get your mind out of the gutter. I was trying to get a photo with him, and somehow she got pulled into. I'm not mad about it because she's a good friend, but he reached out there and pulled her in. He did give Jess a kiss on the cheek, though, so
Mm.
I thought I was about to go down right there. Watch out. Some fighting. Some fighting. But
But yeah, it would be interesting to see who has less than 10 minutes and if they are, to you or I, if they are integral to the story at all.
yeah.
I think, just off
I
the top
mean,
of my head,
Frog
I think
Lady
it'd
has
be,
12 minutes and 50 seconds.
jeez.
So therefore, she's more important than Admiral Holdo.
I don't know about that.
Fine.
So what? I mean, to you, is there anything we're missing here? Like, what else do you think should be considered?
Oh man, this is a tough one.
Yeah, there's nothing you can just say. Oh yeah, we're gonna go by this.
Well, yeah, no. So I think impact of the story, like you said, importance. Um, is that all the same thing? Is there a coolness level to it? Like, well, that person's cool, or is that fair? I don't know if that's
To
fair or
me,
not. Because like Boba Fett's cool, but
yeah,
oh,
I think.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
valid,
know.
Tahoe. They do kind of look like toasters, don't they?
They do certainly do mobile toasters,
That'd be
but
awesome. You have toast anywhere you
anywhere
went.
you want
I mean,
if
you're
you
just
can.
gonna have regular toast though. Like you're not gonna have anything on it.
Well, it's gonna be space toast.
Space toast. So it's just already flavored. Like you just heat
I
it up and it tastes like
Space toast can
toast,
be whatever you want, buddy.
space toast with peanut butter. So, man, I'm trying to think of how I want to.
Yeah, I would say you're asking about coolness, and I think you do have to factor that in. But I think you first need to winnow your list to their importance, and then I think you start factoring in things like coolness as you're trying to decide, well, is this person more important than this person? I think you factor that sort of thing in when there's a tie in regard to like what is the most important thing that that we're looking at here. This person and this person both have about the same impact, but dude, this dude is way cooler. And I think that bumps that person up the list.
So, how do you argue against like Han Solo versus Ahsoka?
Well, they're both integral to the story for sure. I don't think we can argue that, right?
No, yeah, no.
You
I mean,
can't have the Star Wars story without those two
you
characters,
can't have the sequel trilogy without Han Solo.
right? And you can't have Anakin's story. You can't have, without. You can't have the Clone Wars era without Ahsoka. Like, there's so much storytelling with Ahsoka. Like, she
Yeah.
drives that story and she continues past Order 66 and into Rebels and on and on. Yeah, I mean, both super important characters. And we know screen time wise, Ahsoka's got Han by a mile. But
Yeah.
but yeah, which one is more important?
Oof. Ouch.
That's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. So the importance thing that's probably how you see the story unfold.
Yeah.
Because technically, and I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud about my girl Ahsoka, but you had Darth Vader before her. Do you know what I mean? Like you had 6 movies before she existed, and you had this character, you had this fall of Anakin. Does she make it more impactful? 100%. But
the story was there.
Story could have been told without her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, she's basically the Indiana Jones of. You ever hear that theory about how Indiana Jones in the
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Where like if he wasn't there, it would have ended the same way. They would have literally nothing would have changed. It probably would have just been easier, and all would have happened much sooner.
Yep. I've heard that theory.
Yeah, I think I heard that on like what's this show with the nerdy guys across the hall? Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Amy Farrah Fowler drops that on Sheldon and rocks his world.
Yeah. Now I do remember that. Yep.
But I mean, yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Like that's a tough one. Because you have so many little, and I think like Andor kind of shows like you have so many small characters, like minor characters played such a big part in. There's 330 characters on this list. Let me see if she pops up. Yeah, it doesn't even pop up.
Nope.
So
it's definitely less than 10 minutes.
I mean, I'm not mad about that.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Like, this doesn't work for me. Like, I'm not like, well,
this is some justification towards, your feelings there.
Well, I mean, regardless, I mean, some of these people had like 10 minutes and they were super important, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I
Well,
think.
yeah. I mean, we came across Wedge Antilles. Like
Yeah.
Wedge, you really don't have the story without Wedge.
I
Like
mean,
they don't destroy the Death Star
oh, you
without
know what,
Wedge.
too, though? Wedge gets some time from
Oh yeah, he was in the
Clone Rebels,
Rebels or
wasn't he?
Clone Wars.
One
I
or
think
there's one or
Rebels.
the other.
Yeah,
I
one of
think
the
it might
two.
have been. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was Rebels. I think. Isn't he was a training to be a TIE
Imperial
fighter pilot,
pilot.
wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, TIE fighter pilot.
Yeah.
I mean, you have like Shmi Skywalker and Chirrut. You
Hmm.
got the White Loth Wolf. You got Doom on this list. I mean, these
Yep.
people are all. I don't know who Dylan is.
I don't either.
You got David's Drabin. He's a jerk.
Hmm.
Linus, he was funny.
Yeah.
He's like the first guy to use an actual swear word in Star Wars. Sassy Tin, one of the Jedi Council members from the Clone Wars,
Hmm.
was down like a punk. Hana, that's the girl from Skeleton Crew, right? That
Yep.
Neil had a little crush on.
Neil gets his little
Ulaf,
kiss from. Yep.
poor Ulaf.
Yep.
R.I.P. Ulaf. I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, Waxer. I don't remember him. That's a terrible name for a clone.
Well, as
Unless
many
he's like,
clones as you had to come up with names
unless he's
for.
like fully like he's like a hairless clone or something.
He's the man
He
you go
doesn't
to if
have.
you need something taken care
You
of.
need you need full body. Go to
He's
Waxer.
your man.
Side hustle, baby. So, I mean,
There could be worse names.
As Morgan has 10 minutes time just from Rebels.
Yeah.
Numa, the Bendu. But yeah, so like the Bendu, 10 minutes time, and you're looking at characters that have like 9 and 11 hours or these massive things, but the Bendu's 10 minutes. If the Bendu showed up today in
Hmm.
Star Wars, having not been in Rebels, he would break the internet. All these people would be screaming from the top of their lungs,
Yeah.
"He's a great Jedi!" That's my impersonation of people
Of the internet.
of the internet whenever they're saying dumb things that I don't care about. That's what I hear. So,
But Bendu, I mean, if you're going to rank Kanan Jarrus up near the top, which I probably would, Kanan Jarrus's journey doesn't come to the conclusion that it does without the Bendu. Like the Bendu is Kanan's guide at a point, gets him from point A to point B. You know what I mean? Like helps him develop into the Jedi and the man that he becomes in the very
I
end.
feel like he becomes a
So,
Jedi Master because of the Bendu.
mhm. Yeah. So it's another criteria. The Bendu, you could probably take the Bendu out. Obviously, the Bendu didn't affect the core 9 movies or anything like that. Doesn't necessarily affect the core story, but without him, a real important character like Kanan Jarrus doesn't become a fully developed character like Kanan Jarrus.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So it's tough. I mean,
yeah, I'm starting to. I mean, we weren't. You guys, when you did the podcast, weren't terrible about like ripping into Empire. You expressed your
had some
opinions,
people that
and I
like,
had some opinions as well that might have been just screaming into the air. But as we're talking here, I thought when we came into this, we could probably come up with some criteria and really get somewhere with the list. Like, be able to come up with a more definitive list. But the more we talk here,
I mean, I
it's
think
really
it's
hard,
personal
isn't it?
preference. Yeah, I mean, it's personal preference. But I have to argue that I can't imagine there's that many people that are fans of Vice Admiral Holdo.
Yeah.
I bet you most of
I
those
don't.
people at Empire Magazine didn't even know what her name was, although she's the pink-haired lady played by Laura Dern, the lady that was in Jurassic Park.
Mhm. I don't know
That's
why we're
what they.
picking on Holdo so much, but
Well, I just like the fact that she's above. I mean,
no, I
Holdo,
know. Yeah.
and like Neil.
Yeah.
Like
Neil's a great character.
Neil was
Everybody
a cool
loves Neil,
character, but
but
top 50. I mean,
had
like Neil bumps
yeah.
out people like I don't think Sabine was in that list. I don't think
I
Omega
don't
was
think
on
so.
that list. I don't think
Yeah.
any of the Bad Batch were on there.
Mm-mm.
Was Hera in that list? I get, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And that's the
um,
thing, as much as we loved Skeleton Crew, it was such a self-contained story that didn't affect the larger galaxy in any way. And as
yeah,
much as you love those characters, I mean, that show is amazing. It's one of my most favorite um, Star Wars shows. It's completely removed from the rest of the galaxy, and it had no effect on anything as far as the main story. And as cool looking as Neil is, I mean, he's not on t-shirts and plushies like Baby Yoda was, like Grogu was. You know what I mean? Like it didn't. That show unfortunately didn't have the impact that I think it should have. So it's hard to argue that you know he should be on that list.
Kino
And like you
Loy.
said, yeah, and you have him up right here. Cyril was on that list. Like that has to be just because of the recency bias of,
Yeah,
um,
I mean, half the crew
yeah,
is on there,
because
but
I mean Cyril obviously had no impact on anything. I mean,
yeah, I mean, that's the
when he
whole
attacked
point of his
Cassian,
character.
Cassian's like, "Who are you?" He had no
I
idea.
mean,
Like
that's
he had
basically
no impact on anything. Like he could totally be,
Cad
there's
Cad
no way
Bane's
he
not
should
on
be on
this
that list.
list.
Hmm.
No Cad Bane.
Right.
Vice Admiral Holdo over Cad Bane. In
Yeah.
what world?
Right. I mean,
In what world?
Cad has an hour and a half of screen time. He's so much cooler looking than Holdo. And he's been in different eras, he has appearances in different eras of Star Wars, and he drives the narrative forward more than, like you said, you could have replaced Holdo with
Anybody?
anybody.
Anybody?
She could have been
You
anyone.
know, and people will think, oh, well, he just doesn't like that movie or whatever. Like, I think Rose Tico got done dirty. I mean, she's top 40.
Yes.
She's 40th on that. I don't think she belongs on this list. I like the character. I feel like they kind of took her over the cools
Yeah.
in that last movie because of all the pushback, which I think was cowardice of them. They should
Yeah.
have given her a more prominent role. Maybe I don't know if they needed a love story or not. I feel like I feel like they got themselves so stuck with canon that they were afraid to make any decisions because whatever they do is canon.
Yeah.
And you have to
Yep.
make a decision. Like you have,
Yeah.
you can't just be neutral on everything. But like, so I don't want people to think like, oh, this guy, this big meathead is like hating on Admiral Holdo because she's like whatever. I thought Rose Tico, like, thought she's important to the story. I thought it was good for Finn. She helps Finn. I again not my favorite. I mean, it's my least favorite film, but I'm not sitting here bashing her. But I don't think she belongs on this list. But
It,
so
you have to.
I just want to make sure people realize like I'm not just
Yeah.
bashing like
Yeah.
the bash.
And you have to make these decisions based on what they did too, not on what they could have been or what they, what might have been. Like to your point, like with Rose Tika, I mean, a good character. She should have had a bigger role, but she didn't. So thus she gets relegated to number 40 on the list, I guess. But and same
I
thing.
would say, don't you think she's more important
Oh yeah,
than
yeah.
Holdo?
I mean, there's definite story there. Holdo is just kind of a placeholder, kind of
She
in the
just
way, like, and then
character
she gets the
development
hero's
sucks.
death at the end. But
I am sorry that I'm so cranky about her, but
it's
there's
just,
Balin.
I
34
think
minutes
it.
to check.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many of those minutes is he speaking?
Who cares?
But
There's a
no, I
10 or
think.
15-minute video
Oh
of
yeah,
him
of all of his
speaking.
lines.
God,
Yeah,
it's so good.
yeah.
Sorry, man crushing a little bit. I mean, Tara
So
Sinube should be on that list over,
yeah,
he taught Ahsoka patience, man.
yeah, yep. But I think before we get off this here, oh, you have this in alphabetical order now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was looking for
So
Skull.
yeah, but as you're talking about Balin, you said there's like a 10-minute clip of all of his lines. So obviously, like 2/3 of the time, he's just standing there,
Looking
just
awesome.
looking cool. Yeah.
I mean,
But getting back to Holdo, I want to just put out there that I really don't think that we're bashing on her. I think it's because she's number 50 that this is like that's where the discussion is going to stem from.
Well, she's
You
not
know,
even number
she.
50. She's above Asajj Ventress.
Oh,
She's
that's right.
47 and she's
That's
above.
right.
She
Okay,
beats
never mind.
out. She beats out Neil, K2SO, K2SO,
That's yeah. The,
and then Vice Admiral Holt. Like what? And then they put
okay.
Admiral Akbar right underneath her. Like, dude.
I was gonna give us an excuse why we were bashing on Holdo because she just made the list, so she's the last on the list. But I'm wrong. She wasn't last on the list. So.
I want to read what it said. This has kind of turned into a weird. Imagine sacrificing such a bad man. Whatever. Not good.
Yeah,
Not
but
good.
To your point too with K2SO, if we come back to that, my criteria of impact on the story, like the story does not happen without K2SO.
No, they get wiped out on the beach.
Cassian Andor can't get the Death Star plans to the rebels without K2SO.
He dies on Coruscant.
The story does not continue without K2SO. Like he's important. He has to be ranked higher than that.
And I might make sure also people understand, like, I don't hate Laura Dern. I'm not those people who are mad at like Kelly Marie Tran for Rose. Like, I don't have any issues with Laura Dern.
Nope.
Just it's strictly the character.
Yes.
So
yes.
But there's a lot of people on this. I mean, because like Luthen Rail's like in the top 10.
Yeah.
He gives great speeches in the first season. The second season doesn't do as much, but top 10 character of all time. I mean,
once again, I think that's the recency bias. I think this is why I think AI was more involved, because I think AI, like,
it probably just
AI is looking for where's the talk? Yeah, who's being talked about, and they're populating this, and you're gonna have, I mean, humans could have the recency bias too, and maybe put them,
I think
rank all those people higher. But I think for sure, if you ask AI to compile a list, and it's searching the internet to see who's hot, who's being talked about as far as Star Wars is concerned, you're going to get those sort of people too. So
it's a tough one. I do think it's harder than just saying, because we're sitting here struggling for, runtime, then we just realize like maybe that's not as important. And importance, that's subjective as well, though. Like, you can sit there and argue, well, I feel like this is more important, or this didn't happen without this person. And so, I don't know. I thought maybe we were going to be able to come up with like a point system or something, but I think we failed at our task.
I think we did too.
So
once again, we could not deliver the best Star Wars talk in the galaxy.
Well, I think that we did deliver the best Star Wars talk because we showed people that it's hard, man.
It
like
is
you
hard.
can have your list, but I guarantee you your list is based on
it's
nostalgia and biased, and I mean it's everything. That's why I would be more reserved, having learned my lesson about bashing people's articles. If this was like one person, but this is all in Empire Magazine, so they're all at fault, and it's not one person that's getting in trouble here. But we're gonna get banned. Empire Magazine at us. I'm not gonna say they'll never hear this because who knows. But
we've learned that lesson.
I've learned that lesson. But so I don't know. I just think it's kind of crazy. It's hard though. I mean,
I mean, dude, I just imagine how long the arguments could go on if you tried to winnow a list down to 50 people.
I think we need to do a March Madness though.
I'm down.
Rank them.
I'm not gonna come up with the criteria for how we get to top 16 and how we go about it. But you figure out how we go about it.
Top 64, Michael.
I'm here for
top
it.
64.
Okay, top 64.
We'll do it over a course of like the month or something. We don't have to make that the whole thing.
Let's do it all in one night.
All in one night, just all in. Special Saturday
without
night.
any planning or anything.
That would be some hot television for you folks. Some good streaming right there. So, but what? I don't understand Discord. Oh, Fantasy Football League. Whatever. Jack Pie talking trash. I'm pretty sure Jack pays for that thing that like does stuff for you. I guarantee it.
I am in second place now, and I have a ton more points than Jack does. So we'll see how this all shakes out in the end.
Yeah. Smack talk. I like it. So.
I thought Jack was going to go down this week, but he squeaked it out.
Oh, did he win?
Kind of like your solo win against me that you just kind of squeaked out. Jack did the same thing this week. He just
my team is so bad. So I'm like 1 in whatever.
Yeah.
In both my leagues. And last year I was in the top 2 or 3. I was second for a long time in the last one. And although I will say that I don't get to pick most of my people in ours because that system got all jacked up, but still could have made trades and stuff. And just that's the fun thing about fantasy football is like you just never know. You could pick the same team every year and finish first, last, in the middle.
Yeah. There's a lot of luck involved.
Folks, if you're out there and we're off when we're missing something that's obvious, I mean, we got runtime, importance, and coolness. Again, 2 out of the 3 of those are subjective. All this is really subjective. All this is really pointless if you think about it.
Yes.
Just a reason for us to get together and chat Star Wars. But yeah, if we've missed something or you have some way that you do it, I'd love to hear about it. Someone out there, if you got like somehow you do like literary characters or what, the importance of, it'd be cool to like apply that to Star Wars characters.
Yeah.
Some functional way, but I still think no matter what you do, you're still dealing with bias and your emotions. And so it'll be interesting though. We'll have to pit them against each other. And then you and I we'll need a third person though, I think. Cause what if
someone to decide. Yeah.
We'll have to come up with some kind of.
We can make that happen.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. Oh, Tiara, where are you? So, but yeah, I don't know. Let us know what your top 50 would be. I want you to make a top 50 list.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it, but I want everybody out there to make a top 50 list.
I should have done it. That'd been fun. 50 characters, though.
Yeah.
And this doesn't even have High Republic. And I mean, you don't even, speaking of High Republic, like you're looking at like Izcat from Rise of the Red Blade, like the characters that are just in the books that have never been in,
Well, I suppose as long as the books are canon, I don't know.
Yeah, all those are books are canon. That's Rise of the Red Blade, since the Disney era. I mean, good Lord, could you imagine if you started putting like Revan and all those characters in? Oh my goodness, Ben
to really go off the rails.
This would be there's no way to figure that out then.
No.
I do kind of want to add.
I don't think there's any way to figure it out regardless. Like you said, it's always going to be subjective. It's always going to be some bias.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to see a more systematic way of doing it. Something that's takes as much of that out as possible would be good,
I concur. But
it is a fun thing to talk about.
Yeah. What's your predictions for Thursday?
I like to say Steelers are going to win. I'm a fan, obviously, and I think they're going to win. There's no reason they shouldn't win, but anytime that there's no reason that they shouldn't do something,
they usually lose 3 of them.
Mike Tomlin finds a way to get it done.
Yeah. All right. Well, tune in on Saturday or Sunday if I'm sad. It's because they lost.
Yeah. Well, Tomlin was pretty pissed that trade went through.
That was weird.
I don't think he's happy to see the old man helming the
Flacco's a little scary with receivers like that, but they don't have an offensive line, so we're going to kill them.
I would hope.
Anyways,
last year, similar. It was a shootout. They scored, we scored, they scored, we scored. That was the only game that we actually scored a lot of points. The Steelers haven't scored a lot of points this year, so we'll see.
All right, cool. All right, folks. Yeah. Well, we're going to dip out of here. We were unsuccessful. Mike thought we were going to rewrite
the history. We're going to fix it all out,
but we didn't.
Nope.
All right. Until next week, folks. We have spoken.
See ya.
Go Steelers.
Woo!